Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're talking about all my tips and tricks on what to do if you ever go to Japan. Now this is all subjective. I just came back from a 23-day trip backpacking by myself from Thailand to Japan. In Japan, I got the chance to go to Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka. Oh my gosh, it was a blast. I came back a week ago and I'm still in awe of everything that I learned and I want to share it with you. In Thailand, I was with a group tour. That made it more fun and I had people to hang out with. But in Japan, I was by myself. So I feel like I felt the culture shock more and I kind of wanted to feel the culture shock. Everything is completely different to what you are used to. What I found interesting in Tokyo, not many people would speak English. And I would think that Tokyo, since it's a very common city and a lot of people come and visit, there would be more people speaking English. But no, like if I needed to get on a train station, the information center, they wouldn't speak English. When I went to Disneyland, they also didn't speak English.
Arigato. I ordered ketchup and she didn't understand me. I had to do a little
In a way, I kind of like that because it's like they don't need to learn English for us. But yeah, that's just like a advice for you guys. Download Google Translate. Make sure you understand the main words on what to say to help out. And it's funny because I feel like when I was in Kyoto, a lot more people spoke English and I saw more tourists. So it depends on the places that you go. I would always have Google Translate ready, make sure I could say some words. Some common words that could help you a lot would be "Sumimasen," which means excuse me. I would say it a lot, just like "Sumimasen, sumimasen," and then I would just show them the Google Translate. "Arigato, arigato gozaimasu, itterashai." Before going to Japan, I also got this book. It is from Lonely Planet. It tells you a lot about what to do, things to see in different cities in Japan. And it really did help me just to know what is appropriate when it comes to culture, what to say, what to do, be respectful. Just because it's a very different culture from mine. And even though I am a tourist and they might see me do something wrong and be like, oh, a foreigner, I still want to be respectful and know what to do and what not to do. Some other basic not things to do. If you go to the train, the tram, the bus station, anything like that, it is common to not talk. It is pretty quiet, but it didn't feel weird at all to not talk. It just felt kind of comforting. So yeah, like maybe not being on your phone or talking to someone. Another thing is no tipping. They see it as an insult sometimes. Sometimes when they would really help me, there was this one time that I was trying to send a package through the post office in Japan. They were so nice to me. They were so kind. They were so patient with me. I just wanted to give them something. I felt bad. I knew that they were just doing it to be nice, not because they were expecting a tip. So I just gave them a Mexican candy and they were so like, oh, arigato, arigato. And then she gave me back like a little, another gift. Little post thing of Japanese. Things like that, I think it's kind of cute. And when it comes to gifts, I feel like Japanese people love to give gifts or souvenirs because every store that you go to, they have little boxes with different candy and foods and stuff that you can give from different regions. And every time you give a gift, they like to give it out with two hands because it's the most respect you can give. I'm giving you all of me with my two hands. So it's here you go. And then they receive it back with arigato. Some people even give me my receipt back with a little here you go, thank you, arigato. And I thought that was so cute. Talking about paying, that's another thing. Everywhere you go, depending on clothes or articles, gift shops, when you're about to pay, there's this little tray that you put your money in. And other different places, when they ask you, oh, it's gonna be $15, you give the money to the person. Well, in Japan, you actually put it on the tray and then they grab the tray and then grab the money. So it's really interesting. Maybe it's a sign of respect, don't give me the money, put it on the table and then I'll grab it. And then the change as well, they give it back back on the coin tray. That's what I learned overall. Very respectful, very polite, very cute. They have like this cute aesthetic in a way. Everywhere around you, you see a lot of like cartoons, anime, music, like little ringtones of things, games, vending machines, claw machines. Everything is so technological, but in a cute way, if that makes sense. You have that technological part, and then you have the old Shinto, shrine, samurai part of Japan. So you can choose which way you want. I feel like Tokyo is more like the technological side, and then Kyoto is the more traditional side. I love the houses. Just the way the architecture, the way that it's built, it's very like woody. The doors made of like very like thin material that they slide them open, made of like paper. And then everywhere you go, like if you want to enter a little house, they have these little like small curtains. I don't know what it means, and I would love to learn what that means. I should probably Google that. Oh, okay. It just helps them keep the entrance from dust, dirt, bad smells, or smoke. I don't know. I thought it was like more of like a magical thing, like you're entering someone's house and it's like, I don't know. I just love it. It looks so Japanese. And when it comes to Japanese, you do most of the time sleep on the floor. Not on the floor, but like it's hard where you sleep on wood. I don't know if it's better for your back or something, but most Japanese people sleep with a thin layer of mattress instead of like a bed frame and a big mattress, anything that most Westerns are used to. That was something I had to get used to, but it was a great experience. This bed is hard. Another thing that I previously mentioned, vending machines. You're gonna see vending machines everywhere.
How is there more vending machines than trash cans? Every time I walk a corner, there's a new vending machine.
And it's kind of crazy because I feel like you see more vending machines than trash cans. I remember that I had like a little coffee and I had to walk maybe like 30 minutes to find a trash can in the metro or something.
So I finished my coffee like an hour ago. I still can't find a trash can.
You will never see a trash can, like a public trash can. What I think is even crazier is that it's so clean. I think Japan is one of the most cleanest cities I've ever seen in my life. I feel like I could go barefoot. That's how clean it is. And so that's why I think it's ironic that no trash cans. So people do respect, they don't litter. Most of the time I would just put it in my bag and make sure there's no liquid or anything and then throw it away later. But yeah, you will see vending machines everywhere. You could get like coffee, you could get juice, anything like that. But I think it's crazy that everywhere you look, there's a vending machine. And going back to clean, oh my god, the public toilets, so clean, so beautiful. It's crazy. If you go back somewhere else to a public toilet, it's all gross, it's filled with like pee, everything. These are so clean. And going to the toilet, wow, I just want to go back to Japan just for the toilets. It's the most intense, crazy thing you can think of. They say that Japan lives in the future. It is true. They live in the future. They have everything solved already. When you're in the toilet, they have this full-on bar. It has like different types of buttons that you can press and it can do different things. One is like for music. You can put music just so people can't hear you while you pee. There's one to clean your butt and your frontal area. I had so much fun with that, but the best thing is that it's heated. Even the public toilets are heated. Like my butt was warm. It was amazing. I couldn't wait to pee every day when I was in Japan. They have it all figured out, you know, like they're okay. Another thing that you should know, everything is tiny in Japan. I do think I am on the bigger side. Every time I would go for dinner or something, if you want to get ramen, the ramen restaurants, they're everywhere, by the way. Like if you go to an alleyway, you can't choose a ramen restaurant. Like it's just filled with options and options. So I love that. I was like, I don't know where to eat. There's so many options. So once you choose one, it is tiny. It is like a little tiny place for like 5 people, and they give you like a little stool to sit on. So I was like eating my ramen like this. So yes, Japanese people are very small, and also if it's cold and you have like the umbrella or everything, it's a tight space. But anything for that ramen. Something that you should also know before leaving the airport is I couldn't find a SIM card anywhere. Like in Thailand, it was like, oh, currency exchange, SIM cards for foreigners. It wasn't like that in Japan. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll go to the city tomorrow and I'll find a SIM card, but it took a while and I couldn't find any. So it is kind of hard to find a SIM card. You have to go to the main city and maybe Don Quixote, which is like a big store in Japan. But I was kind of okay without a SIM card. There were different ways to get free Wi-Fi in Japan. Like anywhere you were walking, you just have to put on your email and they would give you like half an hour of Wi-Fi. And if it's like an emergency, every Starbucks and McDonald's, they had free Wi-Fi. So I would just like chill in there for a bit and then grab their Wi-Fi. Also, just so you know, if you're going to Disneyland, there's no Wi-Fi on Disneyland. There is in the entrance, but then once you're inside, there's no Wi-Fi. So yeah, I can't believe I did 2 weeks by myself without Wi-Fi. That's crazy. Okay, we talked a little bit about the trams and everything, but something that you should also know is that it's very organized. They have these like little sites where you wait in line, in a big line, and then once they head inside, they wait for the people that are inside the tram to come out first and then they go in. I just think it's so organized and I love that they follow the rules, you know? But another thing that you should know, they don't mind personal space. They would get in front of you just to get inside the tram. There were times when I would just go into the tram and it was fully packed and I said, oh, I don't think I can get in, but they would just push me and they would try to get in. Even if you're like this, you're getting in the tram. You're like packed in like a salamander, but you're in. It was weird for a while, but then I got used to it. So yeah, something you should know, don't be afraid. They will get into your personal space. And speaking about that, yes, they like to shove. Not in a bad way, but they just know where they're going and they'll just get in your way. I didn't notice it in the beginning, but after a while I started to realize like, oh, a lot of people are getting in front of me and not saying excuse me or anything like that. Like, it's their culture. Maybe for me it is kind of rude, but I'm just trying to like, okay, it's fine. It kind of bothered me, but I can't do anything about it. But just so you know, they will get in front of you.
Japanese people shove you. Maybe it's a culture thing, but they like to shove, and I'm getting used to that.
And that brings me back to like independence. I feel like Japanese people are very independent and stay in their own lane or just be by themselves. Because even like ramen places or places to eat, there would be like places where it was just by yourself. I would see Japanese people just eating with their phone on their hand, and it's more common in Japan to just go eat by yourself, I feel like, or do things by yourself. Also, there are places where you can just eat ramen, sushi, standing up. I don't know why, but that's a thing. Bowing is another one. Japanese people bow for respect as a thank you. The more you bow, the more respect there is. So if you use your whole front area, that's very respectful, or if you just do your head, that's also very like arigato gozaimasu. Another thing that I found really interesting is that everyone is so fashionable. If you're going to Japan, definitely try to dress up. I mean, I was coming back from Thailand and I had a backpack. So I was wearing regular clothes, but every time I would look around, like the Japanese girls, they dress up. They look so good and everyone has their hair like in layers and everything. And I was just like, I did not look good for Japan.
I did not came prepared to take pictures. I should have dressed more Instagrammable.
Definitely, if you get the chance, do some shopping. I definitely do want to go back and take some good Instagram pictures. I literally wrote this whole like list of things that I was looking around while I was there. It was a great experience. If you guys have any other ones, please let me know if I forgot some, but this was all my personal experience just being in Japan for 2 weeks. It was amazing and I hope I can go back. I definitely want to go to Hiroshima and Nara. I do want to go back. I loved it. But yeah, thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like, please subscribe. And if you haven't seen my vlogs of me in Japan, they're all down below. You can look at them. You can see my experience. But yeah, thank you all for watching and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you and bye.